Hey guys, welcome back to another workout with me. Our today's workout is Pilates meets HIIT, high intensity interval training. We're going to start with a warm-up and then I'm going to show you all the exercises. There are 7 exercises, 1 circuit, and we're going to repeat it for 3 times. I will show you the scaled down versions and the scaled up versions, and you can choose whichever one works for you. I love saying Pilates meets high intensity interval training. It just sounds really cool. So, stand with your feet apart and let's just do some shoulder rolls. 2, 3, and 4. Get your hands on your shoulders and move them around. Sahan, your cup is making too much. 2, 3, and 4, and reverse it. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And from there, let's go for some side bends to stretch out your side body. 2, and inhale to exhale, and inhale to exhale. Inhale. And 2 more. Last one on each side. And this is the last one. From there, let's take both our arms up and reach for the stars. And up and up. Imagine you want to reach up and grab a star. And go up and reach. 2 more on each side. And 1 more. And reach. And reach. From there, let's take both the hands to the right to side bend. Circle that side bend down to the other side. Open your chest up to the ceiling, to the side, and down, side, and up. Inhale to exhale, and inhale to exhale. Last one. Inhale to exhale, and inhale, and change directions. Inhale to exhale. Inhale to exhale. Take your time, make the circle as big as you can. We're moving from contraction in the front to extension of the spine at the back. Come back to the center. Let your body hang loose. Let your head hang loose. And slowly start stacking your spine up, one vertebrae on top of the other. Take your shoulders back and your head up. Get your feet together and let's start with some pliés. Imagine that you have a wall behind you. You're sliding down the wall and coming back up. And inhale to go down. Exhale to come up. Inhale, don't go there. You want to be here. Exhale. Inhale to exhale. 2 more. Inhale to exhale. Last one. We're going to go for some releves. Lift both your heels and down. When you lift your heels, make sure you're going up towards the ceiling and your body is not tilting forward. Lift up to come down. It's inhale to exhale and inhale. Try to get your heels together. If you go up and down and up and down. Last one. Let's put them together. It's plié to releve, and 2, releve, and 3, releve, and 4, up, inhale, exhale, last one. Circle your arms and come down. Take your hips apart. The last one. Let's do some hip circles to warm it up. And 2 more in this direction, and then we change sides and go the other direction. And this is the last one. Come to the center and let's get started. Our first exercise of the day is you're going to come wide. We're going to plié down, okay? Try not to push your butt out and flex at your hip. Imagine you have a wall behind you and you want to slide down the wall towards the floor. Get your hands on the floor. jump back, go into a T, come back, go into a T, come back, jump forward, back in the plie, get your back up and then lift up. The scaled down version of this is you go into a plie, get your hands down, walk back, come on your knees, go to a T, come back, go to a T, come back, walk back into a wide plie, extend your back and come up. The next one is crisscross. For our obliques and abdominals, we're going to lie on the floor, interlace your hands behind your head, your elbows are wide, and you're going to crisscross. Extend the other leg and cross your shoulder towards the opposite knee. Your scaled down version is keep your legs down and just crisscross here. The third exercise is all fours, hover, rotate. Come into your all fours, hover your knees up, just lift your knees slightly off the floor, take one leg through to the other side, open your chest, come back to hover. Don't come back here, make sure that you're here. To the other side, open your chest, come back to hover. Your scaled down version is just hold the hover for the whole duration that we do this. That's 45 seconds. The next one is sit up to crab. You are going to sit, take your hands behind you, you come up into a sit up, circle your hands, put them at the back and go up into a crab. Come back down, hands in front, go down, you come up in a sit up, circle your hands, place them at the back, go up into a crab. Your scaled down version is just either you just crunch up or you come into a diamond and try to come up into a sit up. Two scaled down versions, choose the one that works for you. We're doing everything for 45 seconds on and 15 seconds off. The next exercise is reverse angels. Come onto your stomach prone, lift your arms, head, chest, shoulders, legs, and we're going to do jumping jacks, reverse. Your scaled down version is just moving the upper body. The next exercise is seated twist. Sitting on our side with a hand out, you're going to pike your hips up to the ceiling, take your hand to your foot, come back and down. So it's hips up and hips down. We do this for 22 seconds and change sides. Your scaled down version for this is simply come up into a plank and go back down. And if your shoulder hurts, then just hold a side plank. And our last exercise is going to be rolling like a ball to jump up. Hold your ankles, come into a nice ball. We're going to roll back, don't let your head touch. Come up, jump, down, roll, come up, jump. Scale down version, just stay with rolling like a ball. But make sure that your head doesn't touch the floor. You want to be in a ball throughout the movement. Alright, having said that, let's get started. I'm going to grab some water before I start. You can do the same. And we're starting in 15 seconds. Come into position for our wide plie to plank to T. Let's go wide, feet are turned out, legs are not on the mat, they're off the mat. From there, you're going to go down in a plie, come back, use whichever version you want, and come to a T, come to a T, come back, jump forward, come up, down, back, T, T, and jump up, down, back, T, T, come back, make sure you come up in a plie and go down in a plie. We have 20 more seconds left. Up, down, T, and remember, you can always walk out and in this position, and also do the T on your knees. This is the last one. Come up, let's go for crisscross. Hands behind your head, interlace your fingers, elbows wide. Just gonna get started. When you hear my whistle, and go. Reach it out. Breathe and reach, cross. Imagine you have a wall between your knees and you want to constantly brush your legs against the wall. Don't let your knees go out and reach the straight leg away from you. Make that effort to extend that knee and keep rotating. Look at your back elbow, pull your abdominals in, lift your shoulders off the floor and keep rotating for 15 seconds more. Keep going. Breathe. It's exhale, exhale, exhale. And the inhale is a short breath in between. Last one. And let's come to all fours, hover with rotate. Remember to choose the scale down versions. It's totally up to you and how your body feels today. Let's hover and rotate and up. Come back to hover, other side. Come back to hover, other side. Back and out. Inhale to exhale and inhale to exhale. Inhale to exhale. Inhale to exhale. Keep going. Check yourself when you're in the hover. Is your back flat? Is your knees, are your knees just hovering over the floor and not all the way up? Is your glute in line with your shoulder and not out there? Make sure that all your checks are going fine. This is the last one. And come back to sit up to crab. Let's get going. Lying down on the floor. Knees bent, feet hip distance apart. Arms behind you. And come up to sit up. Circle. Crab. Down. And go down. Come up. Extend. Circle. Lift. Down. And lower. Come up. Circle. 25 seconds to go. And go down. And come up. Extend your back. Open your chest to the ceiling. Keep looking forward. And come up. Circle. Down. And lower. And this must be the last one. Come up. Circle, lift. And down. Going for reverse angels. On your stomach to work the back side of our body, which we never do that much. Lift your arms, head, chest, shoulders, legs, and go. Pull your abdominals in, squeeze your glutes so that your legs move smoothly. Keep pulling your abdominals away from the floor. Imagine there's hot lava under your stomach and you don't want to burn it. Keep pressing your pelvis into the floor. Squeeze your glutes. Try to keep your arms and legs as straight as you can. And don't forget to breathe. We have 15 seconds more. Your shoulders are away from your knees. Inhale and exhale. As you do this movement, breath is really important while doing any exercise. So don't hold your breath. Keep breathing. And the next one, seated twist. Your top leg is bent and in front of you, knee pointing up. You're here. From here you come up into a side plank and go into a pike, come back and down. Hips up, hips down, hips up, hips down. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale. Last one. Inhale, exhale, inhale. Change sides and let's go. Hips up, hips down, hips up, hips down, hips up, hips down, inhale, exhale, down. You're just brushing the floor with your glutes. Don't sit there. Last one. And let's come for roll over to jump up. Hope you guys are ready. Lift your legs. Balance yourself between your sit bones and your tailbone. And let's go back. Don't let your head touch. Come up to jump. And come down. Roll back. Come up to jump. And roll back. Come up to jump. And roll back. Up. Jump. Inhale. Up. Exhale. Inhale. Up. Exhale. Roll back. Don't let your head touch. Remember, you do know the scale down version. You don't need to come up and jump. And for those of you who can't come up, use your hands and come up. As you learn to get to use your hands to come up. So quickly grab some water. We have only 30 seconds before our next cycle. It's okay if you use your arms and your hands to come up when you're doing the roll over to jump up. You should be in your position by now because we're going to start right now. Down, jump, T, jump back into wide plie, up, down, jump, T, jump back into wide plie, up, plie, jump back, plank to T, come back. Remember, you can walk out into the plank, you don't need to jump, and you can do your T on your knees as well. And come up, down, jump, Shirin. I hope you're using the modifications, and today you're going to tell me you did 100% of my class. This is our last one. Jump up and let's sit down for crisscross. Hands behind the head, interlace your fingers, elbows wide, legs at tabletop, and we're going to crisscross, go, and cross, and cross. Look at the back elbow, keep pulling your abdominals in. Imagine that wall between your knees, and you want your legs to constantly brush against the wall so that they're not going outward like that. Keep them center. Keep working your midline. Pull your pelvic floor up. Abdominals in. Reach the straight leg away from you. Look at the back elbow. Keep your elbows wide. Lift up your upper back off the mat. We have only 5 more seconds left. Keep pulling the abdominals in. Keep going. Don't give up. And come up for all fours. Hover to rotate. Come into an all fours position. Hover your knees and take them out and back and out. In the hover, keep your chest lift. Are your wrists directly under your shoulders? Do you have equal pressure on both hands? Is your back neutral? Are your abdominals engaged? Is your legs straightening when you're going out to the side? Are your knees close enough to the mat so that your butt is not up in the air? We have only 10 more seconds. Keep going. Keep pulling those abdominals in and keep putting equal pressure on both your hands. And let's go for sit up to crab. Lie down, hands behind you. And let's go, come up. Circle your hands, place them at the back, lift up and down, lower down with control and go back. Come up, circle. In the crab, make sure that you're looking forward and not back so that your neck is in alignment with your spine. So you want to look here, not here. That one is wrong. It will cause a lot of pressure on your neck. My chiropractor is doing this workout with you, and he'll, I'm sure, validate what I'm saying. So let's go. What say Dr. Cal? Look ahead, don't look at the back. Protect your neck. And this is the last one. Moving on to reverse angels. On your stomach, lying prone, hands and legs out in front of you. Lift up and let's go. Both arms and legs straight. Keep pulling your abdominals in, pelvis on the floor. Squeeze your glutes. Keep squeezing your glutes, as that will make the movement really smooth. Otherwise you'll feel like your thighs are getting stuck on the floor or the mat. So keep your legs straight. Keep squeezing your glutes to lift those quadriceps off the mat, so that you can do a good jumping jack. We have 15 more seconds. Keep pulling your abdominals in and keep breathing. Keep going, shoulders away from your ears. Feel those back muscles waking up. And relax. Next one is side twist. Sitting on our side, we're going to go up into a plank and a pike. And go up, touch your back heel, and come back down. And up, touch, back, down. Up, pike, back, down, up, pike. Last one, and then we're going to change sides. Go to the other side. And let's go. Up, pike, and down. Hips up, hips down. Hips up, hips. Try to reach for the back leg to go into a nice pike. Hips up, hips. This is the last one. Hips up, hips down. And rolling like a ball to jump up. Remember, you can use your hands to come up so that you slowly strengthen your abdominals to do the work. And let's go. Back, come up, and jump. And back, come up, and jump. Sit, roll, come up, and jump. And roll, come up. Don't let your head touch the floor. Roll. Keep looking between your knees as you're rolling back, so that you keep your head off the floor. 20 seconds to go. You can do the scale down version. You don't need to come up and jump if you don't want to. And if you can, then you must. This is the last one. Come up and jump. Okay. 30-second break. Get a sip of water. Wipe your sweat. And come back for our last circuit. Don't go away. Make sure you hydrate yourself well. We have 5 seconds. Come back in this position. Wide plie. And let's go down. Hands down. Jump. Plank to T. Plank to T. Come back. Jump into wide plie. And come down. Your chest is open. And come down. Extend. And rotate. Come back, come forward, and come up. Down, rotate, rotate, jump forward, wide plie, and up. Down, rotate, rotate, jump forward. One more, come on, we can do it. We don't have enough time, but let's squeeze it out. Up, yeah, made it. Crisscross. Lie down on the floor. Hands behind your head. Interlace your fingers. Elbows wide. Legs at tabletop. Head, chest, shoulders off. Come to the tip of your shoulder blade. And rotate. And rotate. Keep going. You have an imaginary wall between your knees. You want to constantly brush your legs against that imaginary wall. Keep rotating. Keep pulling the abdominals in. And look at the back elbow. As you rotate, come to the tip of your shoulder blades. Don't let it touch the floor and relax there. Keep it active by pulling it up off the floor. And breathe. Exhale, exhale, exhale. The inhale is a sip of breath between the two exhales. And extend the leg. Rotate, rotate. Last one. And come up. For all fours, hover to rotation. Come into all fours. You have a neutral spine. When you lift up, make sure that it's neutral. And let's go. Rotate, come back, and come back to hover. Equal weight in both your hands so that your shoulders are stable, your chest is open, and you want to straighten that leg that goes out to the side. That's the goal. If you can't do that today, that's okay. You'll get there. But that's the goal. And in the hover, make sure that your knees are just slightly off the floor, not here where your butt is in the air. Keep pulling your abdominals in to hover the knees and equal pressure in both your hands. And breathe. And this is the last one. And come down. Next exercise, sit up to rotate. Sit up to crab. Take your arms back, knees are bent, feet hip width apart. And let's go. Come up, circle your hands back, come into a crab, and down. Give it your best. It's the last time you're doing this exercise. And lift up, and down, and go down. And come up, and up, lift, down, down. Sit up, let's do a crab, down, and use your abdominals and not momentum to sit up. Make sure you're looking in the front in the crab. Don't want to get strain in your neck. And this is the last one. Come up, lift up, and let's do reverse angels. Lie down on your stomach. Hands out in front of you. Lift your arms and legs and head and shoulders. Squeeze your glutes to make sure that your legs move smoothly. And keep going, keep pulling your abdominals in. Pelvis on the floor. Hands and legs as straight as you can manage them. Make sure that your head is looking just ahead of your nose and not straight up. Again, we want to protect our neck, making sure that our head is in alignment with our spine. Keep breathing, pull the abdominals in, squeeze the glutes, keep the elbows and knees straight, and inhale and exhale. Keep going, last 5 seconds, and we're done. Let's come up for seated twist. Let's start on this side now. And let's go hips up, hips down, hips up. You don't want to rest your hips down. You just want to brush them against the floor. Go into a pipe, try to touch the back leg. Hips up, hips down, last one. Hips up, hips down, and quickly change sides. Let's go. Hips up, hips down, hips up, hips down, hips up, hips down. Knees straight when you go up into pike. And breathe, and down. Shoulder away from your ear when you come down. And the last exercise, rolling like a ball to jumping up. Come into your ball, balance between your sit bones and your tailbone. Look at your pelvis, go down, don't let your head touch. Use your hands if you want, and come up and jump and come up. Your option is, if you don't want to jump, you don't need to jump. Just, there's one thing that you can't do is touch your head to the floor when you roll back. The rest, you can modify to suit yourself, but your head touching down is definitely a no-no, not an option. And this is our last one, and let's do a jack. That was our Pilates meets HIIT, high intensity interval training. We did 3 cycles of the circuit, and I hope that you guys are feeling nice and worked out. We've been working out for 30 minutes, which was my goal. So let's cool down. Don't go away before you cool down. Cooling down is as important as the workout. So we need to get our heart rate down. We need to stretch the muscles that we've worked and make sure that we don't have any soreness at the end of the day or the next day. Let's take our legs wide and go down into a plie. Get your elbows on your knees. Open your knees out. Try to keep your back flat. Don't round it. So even if that means you need to be here, that's fine. What we're just trying to do is stretch our inner thighs, our adductors, by pushing our knees away. So whichever position works for you is fine for me. From there, let's go to the right side and hold that. You can probably lift the toes of your left leg and then place it down and rotate to the side and stretch the quad by keeping the back knee straight. And guys, breathe. Let's work on getting our breath back to normal. Your knees down, your foot is flat. You want to come up, press that hip down to stretch your psoas. Take that hand up to the ceiling to increase that stretch. And come down. Bend the right leg or the front leg if that's not your right, and sit on it to stretch your glutes. If your heart rate is still high, don't take your head down. Keep looking straight. We don't want our head below our heart when our heart is racing. So if you haven't managed to get your heart rate down, which is perfectly okay, just look straight and don't look down. From there, come up. Let's take our legs wide as you can. Hands behind you. Lift your butt, push it forward slightly, and take your legs even wider. From there, go to the right side. Flex the foot so you can hold your toes. If you can't and you're holding anywhere here, that's fine. What I'm looking for is keeping the knee straight so that we stretch the hamstring, the inner thigh, and side bend so that we stretch the side body. If your hand is here, or even if you want to do this, it's fine. Just keep this knee straight. From there, sweep your hands to go to the other side. Flex that foot, hold it. Keep making sure that both your knees are straight and your side bending. Your hand can be here. Your hand can even be on the floor for support. Whatever works for you. From there, we're going to turn to the side, bend this leg, take this leg straight back and do a glute stretch. The back knee is straight. You're trying to sit on that butt of the leg that's bent to feel that glute stretch. And just breathe into it. Come up, bend this knee to go into a psoas stretch. Flatten the back foot, drop this hip in. Feel that stretch in your quads going right up to your ribs. Take this arm up and lean back. We're stretching our hip flexors, the psoas. It's a yummy stretch if done right. And a very, very important stretch for all of us because We're constantly flexing our hips and causing it to tighten. Straighten the back knee, lift it off the floor to stretch your quadricep. Come to the center again. Take both your legs as wide as you can. Try to get your elbows on the floor if you can. If you can't and you're here, that's perfectly fine. Walk your hands in. Walk your legs in. Get your feet together. Bend your knees. Put your hands on the floor. Now, try to straighten your knees without taking your hands off. Bend and straighten your knees for 4, 3, 2, and the last one. Let your head and your shoulders hang loose. Pull your pelvic floor up. Engage your abdominals. Start stacking up your spine. One vertebrae on top of the other. Your shoulders come back and then your head comes up. From here you want to go into deep contraction, deep plié to stretch the upper back, and then inhale, open your chest to the ceiling. Exhale, deep contraction, deep plié. Inhale, open your chest up to the ceiling. Last one, deep contraction. Stretch the upper back and open your chest up to the sky, to the ceiling, to the world. Take in all that positivity. Take your arms up. Releve. Feel your spine lengthening towards the ceiling. Maintain that lengthening feeling as you get your arms and your legs down. Your spine should still be long. I hope you guys enjoyed this workout. Stay home, stay safe, stay positive, and see you next Saturday at 11:30.